heard me HEILD show. I am the gentleman who has gone rogue. Now, what I'm going to do is talk about a reversal of things. What happens when women are forced by the courts to pay alimony and child support? How does it feel when a woman is all of a sudden placed in the shoes of a man who normally have to do those things? Let me show you what happens when it happens. Let's get to it.
Did you own before you married him?
He never paid a dime.
Okay, now that's the issue. And let me make a ruling on that. He's not contending that he paid a dime. He didn't have to pay a dime. It wasn't his house. It was your house and your mother's house, right?
Yes.
You and your mother got the loan.
Yes.
And the property was in your name and your mother's name.
Yes.
Bought it before the marriage.
Yes.
That's what we call separate property. Once you married Mr. Howard, all of your earnings became community property.
Did you hear that? The same thing applies to you women. So y'all jump up and down when a man has to pay you spousal support, which is also known as alimony, to help maintain a certain lifestyle that you have become accustomed to. But now the shoe is on the other foot in this situation. Let's continue.
Once you married Mr. Howard, all of your earnings became community property. Every dime you earned became community property. Half of your paycheck belonged to him.
But he never gave me half of his paycheck.
I didn't say that he did.
He never gave me half of his paycheck. No, I'm just upset.
Well, you can be upset. And I'm sorry, but
the law is the law. He doesn't have half for nothing to give to me. Nothing.
Okay, now, Miss Howard, I've allowed you to talk. It's my turn. Sometimes life don't throw us a fair deal, but the law is the law. Sounds unfair, but that's life. It's not always fair. But $440 that you spent every month, one half of that belonged to him. That was community money used for a separate property investment for which he did not benefit. You have to reimburse. You must reimburse him $222 for each month that you were married and living together.
Where am I gonna get that with 5, 6 kids? I haven't.
You see, she wants to know where she's going to get the money from. So my question is for the ladies who support a man having to pay spousal support, alimony. How come you don't think about that when a man has to pay for it? You don't seem to care about where he got to get the money from. All that matters to you is that you get the money.
Property investment for which he did not benefit.
You have to reimburse.
You must reimburse him $222 for each month that you were married and living together.
Where am I gonna get that with 5, 6 kids?
I don't know what you can do. What you can do is give him a second trust deed.
No diapers, nothing.
Okay. Child support is another issue, and you're entitled to child support for your son.
She already gets it.
I don't get child support.
Miss Howard.
I don't, not for
Miss
you,
Howard.
Scammer.
Mrs. Howard.
Leech.
Okay, she wants to not hear me.
I hear you, ma'am.
One way you can do it is you can give him a note secured by a deed of trust against the house for the $3,000, $3,108.
Here's
you can pay him
$30
monthly.
on his loan back.
All right, subtract $33. That's fine, but you have to pay it to him. You owe it to him. If it was the other way around, he'd owe it to you.
But he never paid anything. It's not fair.
Okay, it's not fair. You said that 10 times. That's the order of the court. Court's adjourned.
It's not fair, but it's fair when a man has to do it. So I'm just, yes. It burns, don't it? See what happens? Now you get to feel what it feels like to be a man. So let me play something else for you right quick. I want you to hear this. This is gonna, do you remember Mary J Blige? She had to pay alimony. Listen to her story. It's back in 2018, but it goes with the topic.
So what are your thoughts on prenups, and how would you approach it, or what advice would you give as far as for a woman that may be wealthy, well off, and they're looking to get married?
Get a prenup, because I didn't have one, and that's why I ended up having to just give everything away, because it's so, let me just speak, it's so whack right now that men, can come at you and get and get alimony. So when I was getting a divorce,
all right, it's whack when a man has to do it because you're a high earning woman, or you may be the highest earning woman in the relationship, or you're just a high earner. It's whack now. But when the man is the high earner, it's not whack. It's just something that's expected. This is justice.
Alimony. So when I was getting a divorce, I was like, you mean to tell me I got to pay him? And he cheated and he lied and he stole, and you know, not to get all petty, but you know what I'm saying? You mean I got to pay him for cheating and lying to me and ruin?
Y'all do the same thing. Y'all have affairs. Y'all commit adultery. Y'all cheat before the divorce. And you still want the man to pay alimony. So this is it. I don't care. Pay it.
I mean, I got to pay him for cheating and lying to me and ruining my life. So yeah, and the law is you have to, you know, so I say get a prenup, cover yourself up. Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's crazy.
Ain't nothing crazy about that. I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Yeah, you should have to do it too. If the man has to do it, remember you wanted equal rights and equal pay and equal opportunity. So you should have the equal opportunity to pay spousal support, alimony, and child support like everybody else. Okay, it just is what it is. Let me play this story. This is from a lawyer, which I find this story to be quite interesting. Lifetime alimony paid to the man.
The husband was 27, his bride was 25 when they got married. He was an up-and-coming corporate executive and she was a registered nurse. They were both making about $70,000 a year, but they hardly saw each other. 2 years later, they were having problems. Looked like they were headed for divorce. That is, until the husband was involved in a horrible car crash and became totally and permanently disabled. The wife stuck it out for a while out of some sense of moral obligation, but it turns out she had been having an affair since before the accident. A year.
She was having an affair. Both of these people, the man and the woman, was making an excess of over $70,000 a year, and they were married. But she was having an affair.
Since before the accident. A year and a half after the accident, she filed for divorce. The husband, through his attorney, filed a counterclaim seeking alimony for life. Since he was unable to work and she had her full ability to work and make a substantial income, it was his position that she should support him for the rest of his life. The judge agreed. At trial, the judge heard evidence that the husband was getting about $1,500 a month in Social Security disability, and that was it. And even though this was a short marriage, the judge ruled that since the husband had become totally and permanently disabled, and that occurred during the marriage, and he had a need for alimony, that the wife had the ability to earn upwards of $90,000 a year and was more at fault for the divorce, that she should have to pay him alimony. The judge set alimony at $3,000 a month and ordered the wife to maintain a policy of life insurance in the face amount of $1 million on her life, payable to the husband upon her death. She was 29 years old at the time of trial. You think the judge made the right decision here?
Yes, I do. Woo! Now, like I said, you women, not all, but a lot of women, y'all out there having affairs, committing adultery, becoming adulterous and stuff like that. And then you go out there and have your fun, go sleep with men, eat their booties, and, you know, and have fun too. All the stuff that you're up to, right? And then you decide to divorce a man, the man that you're with, and then you want to take his money with you when you leave him while you go out and be with the other man and live your life. So you want your man, your ex, to finance the new lifestyle that you're having with your new man. That's not fair. So yes, you should be paying alimony as well. I just want to show you how it looks when it's on the other foot, when the shoe is on the other foot. Y'all tell me what you think about this topic, ladies and gentlemen. Take it easy.